Hell's Kitchen is no ordinary restaurant. Behind the swinging doors and flashing cameras lies a battlefield where the food isn't the only thing on fire. On this night, what should have been a routine dinner service spiraled into absolute mayhem. Customers stormed the kitchen, chefs turned on each other, and Gordon Ramsay himself unleashed some of his most explosive tirades ever caught on camera. Imagine waiting nearly 3 hours for a plate of food, only to be told to shut the fuck up. Picture ordering a pumpkin risotto and finding no pumpkin at all. Or watching a chef so desperate he accuses his own teammate of sabotage right in front of Ramsay. Every mistake pushed the night closer to collapse. Raw steaks, salty soup, insults flying, and even security being called as diners and chefs clashed in open warfare. And at the center of it all, Gordon Ramsay, a man who doesn't just demand perfection, he punishes failure. This is not just dinner service, this is survival, and tonight, survival was off the menu. Number 1 we have is the customer meltdown. It was supposed to be another fiery dinner service in Hell's Kitchen, but the first explosion of the night didn't come from the kitchen at all. It came from the dining room. A frustrated diner, tired of waiting for food that never seemed to arrive, snapped. His voice cut through the noise.
Can you just shut the fuck up for 30 seconds?
In any restaurant, that's rude, but in Gordon Ramsay's kitchen, that's throwing gasoline on an open fire. Gordon isn't the kind of chef to bow to pressure from customers barging into his kitchen. And when the insults kept coming, Ramsay's fury was boiling just beneath the surface. The message was clear. The tension wasn't just in the back of house tonight, it was spilling out into the dining room, and the service had only just begun. Second we is the raw carpaccio disaster appetizers should be the easiest win for a team. Quick to plate, simple to season, just enough to get the night started. But in Hell's Kitchen, nothing is simple. When the first beef carpaccio left the Red Kitchen, diners expected elegance. Instead, one customer spat the truth.
It's like eating a piece of paper.
Ramsay didn't hold back either. He stormed over, picked up the plate, and declared it
Yep, bland. Bland.
In Ramsay's world, bland is worse than raw. Because bland means lazy. No seasoning, no effort, no care. The Red Kitchen had just been publicly humiliated, and the diners knew it. This wasn't just a misstep. It was a sign of bigger disaster still to come. Number 3 we have is the undercooked steak fiasco. By the time entrees hit the pass, Ramsay was already seething. And then it happened. A steak went out so rare that Ramsay didn't even call it undercooked. He snarled at the chef.
It's still moving.
The red team was crumbling. Plates were bouncing back to the kitchen, and the customers were losing patience fast. To make matters worse, sides weren't even ready, so the few steaks that made it out couldn't be served properly. In Hell's Kitchen, undercooked meat is one of Ramsay's deadliest sins. And with every mistake, the Red Kitchen was digging itself deeper into a hole it couldn't climb out of. Number 4 we have is the Filet sabotage suspicion. But chaos wasn't reserved for the red team. On the blue side, Ramsay spotted something suspicious. Robert's fillets weren't consistent. One was large, the other embarrassingly small. Ramsay raised his eyebrows. Why can't we get any consistency? Who cut this meat? The answer, Ben, and Ramsay wasn't convinced it was an innocent mistake.
Why can't we get any consistency? Look at the size of them.
He accused Ben of trying to sabotage his teammate, of deliberately cutting the portions wrong. Ben denied it, but the damage was done. Robert felt betrayed, Ramsay was disgusted, and the kitchen's fragile trust was shattered. In Hell's Kitchen, even the suspicion of sabotage is enough to turn teammates into enemies. Number 5 we have is the salty soup disaster. While the red team scrambled to recover, the blue kitchen was about to hit its own breaking point. Ben's soup, supposed to be a safe dish, was so salty Ramsay spat it out instantly. Diners at the blue table sat empty-handed, watching diners from the red side enjoy their meals. One guest smirked and twisted the knife. Mine is so good. It wasn't just bad food, it was humiliation. For the blue team, every second there, diners sat waiting while others ate, was a reminder that they had failed. The kitchen rivalry had now spread to the dining room itself, and the tension was unbearable. Number 6 we have is the whistle incident. If there's one thing Ramsay doesn't tolerate, it's disrespect. And when a chef whistled to get his attention, Gordon's response was immediate. Don't whistle at me. I'm not your fucking dog. The comeback. Even worse, you look more like a dog than I do.
Chef!
Right, don't whistle at me. I'm not your fucking dog, yeah? You look more like a dog than I do.
The kitchen froze. You don't talk to Ramsay like that, ever, but it was too late. The damage was done, and the insult had turned an already chaotic night into a battlefield. In Hell's Kitchen, Gordon can take bad cooking. He can even take mistakes, but disrespect, that's unforgivable. Number 7th we have is the 2-hour wait. Confrontation out in the dining room, patience was gone. 2 hours into service, a group of diners had had enough. They stormed the pass and demanded answers. "We've been waiting for 2 hours and 45 minutes, one said, fuming. Ramsay, trying to hold the line, snapped back. "It's a new restaurant. It's been a tough night."
We've been waiting for food for about 2 hours and 45 minutes now. And we were curious about that.
Yeah, well, you're a clever girl, aren't you? It's a new restaurant. Yeah, it's been a tough night.
But excuses weren't cutting it. Diners were leaving, furious, and the cracks in the red team were wide open. Ramsay didn't just have to control his kitchen tonight, he had to control the mob in the dining room, and neither side was giving him an inch. Number 9th we have is the doctorate customer argument. As if the night wasn't chaotic enough, one entitled customer decided to flex his education. Standing face to face with Ramsay's maitre d', he shouted, "I have a doctorate in music from USC. Do you have a doctorate?" The dining room erupted. This wasn't dinner anymore. It was an ego war.
In California. Do you have a doctorate?
I do have an education.
Do you have a doctorate?
I do have an education.
Then you are less educated than me, so don't get in my face, buddy, about what kind of...
Diners were fighting with staff, chefs were fighting with each other, and Ramsay was caught in the middle of a dining room meltdown. When the arguments get louder than the food, you know service is already lost. And then came the final straw. 3. Pumpkin risotto meltdown. A diner received a pumpkin risotto with no pumpkin. Furious, Ramsay marched to the pass and unleashed one of his most infamous lines. "I'll ram the pumpkin right up your ass. Do you want it diced or whole?"
Right, well, I'll get you more pumpkin. I'll ram it right up your fucking ass. Would you like it whole or diced?
Security had to step in, but by then, service was already beyond saving. Diners were walking out, chefs were breaking down, and Ramsay's patience had finally run out. Another night in Hell's Kitchen, another disaster that would go down as one of the most chaotic services in the show's history. And just like that, another night in Hell's Kitchen collapsed into flames. Raw food, furious diners, sabotage accusations, and Gordon Ramsay at the breaking point. If you thought tonight's chaos was wild, trust me, this is only scratching the surface. Every season brings moments more shocking, more explosive, and more unbelievable than the last. So if you don't want to miss the next meltdown, the next clash, and the next Gordon one-liner that will leave you speechless, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Drop a comment with your favorite Ramsay moment from tonight's madness. Smash the like button if you survived the heat, and join me as we dive even deeper into the world's most chaotic kitchen. Because in Hell's Kitchen, the service may end, but the drama never stops.